Good morning to everybody. Now we continue our video lectures for the sprinkler irrigation method. Now today we try to dwell upon the design of sprinkler irrigation. Before that, we would also like to discuss the wetting patterns of the sprinkler. So let us go to our PowerPoint presentation as you have seen earlier. You can see these moisture distribution patterns and uniformity of coverage. Suppose a sprinkler is there nearby. It's this is a contour is the depth of application. This is a scale horizontally, vertically, and all. So nearby it is putting lot of more depth of water compared to the far off regions. So the desired depth, if you want to achieve uniformly, if you have a depth in mm, at the center it's a maximum 12.5. As you are moving away from the sprinkler, this is the center of the sprinkler. You can see this is the center of the sprinkler. This is in terms of contour. This is in terms of some kind of scale height, ISO height. So you can see as you are moving away, the water application depth is decreasing. So if you want to fill this, suppose the average depth is around 6-7 centimeters. If you want to fill this gap, you must overlap the sprinkler. You must overlap the sprinkler. This is very much important. This is a moisture distribution pattern. You can see here. Moisture distribution pattern from a rotating head sprinkler under favorable conditions of pressure and wind. Of course, wind direction also will influence. In order to overlap, this is how you should arrange sprinkler spacing. See, the sprinkler at this position will have the wetting pattern like this. The sprinkler at this position will have the wetting pattern like this, and this will be like this. At this position will have the wetting pattern. So at a given place, if you want to know the depth of irrigation, you have to add all these things. Here, whatever the so many centimeter depth of application, somewhere around 1 due to this sprinkler 1 centimeter, due to this sprinkler 1 centimeter, and due to this sprinkler it is 4.5. Total how much? 2 plus 4.5, around 6.5. So like that, at this place, due to this sprinkler 3, due to this sprinkler 3, due to the sprinkler this 3 and this sprinkler 3, 6 centimeters. So like that, it will be covered uniformly, moisture distribution pattern from overlapped sprinklers, showing how the overlapping patterns combine to give a relatively uniform distribution between the sprinkler. You have to arrange in such a way that the sprinklers will give uniform distribution of water, uniform distribution of depth of water that is sprayed. Okay, then now this is the design of sprinkler irrigation system. In order to have the maximum water application efficiency, the design criteria is considered under the following heads. Number 1 is, first of all, you should have an inventory of resources with you and the prevailing conditions in the field. That's number one. First, you should know and you should inventory it, and you should record each and everything. Next, of course, sprinkler selection and how the spacing, all these things. Then, what is the capacity of the sprinkler system, and then some hydraulic considerations. Under these four heads, we will try to discuss. So, first, inventory of resources. You have, first of all, you have to prepare the map of the area. What is this map showing? This map is showing the plan indicating the mains, laterals, pumps, elevations of terrain, all these things should be prepared well in advance. So you must mark on the map where the mains are coming, where the laterals are laid down, and where the pump should be there. And you should also know elevations of that means contour map of that your plot. Okay, the elevation differences together with friction losses. So you have to calculate the friction losses also as per the elevations in the mains and also in the laterals, and the pressure requirements of the sprinklers. So what is the pressure required there? Then when it is elevated, then how much pressure it should be there, extra it should be given. So all these things you must map very well advanced, indicated in the map. The map should be drawn to scale with sufficient accuracy, of course, almost a centimeter accuracy in this connection, to show all dimensions so that the lengths of the main and the laterals can be scaled therefrom. So you have to, of course, it is any map on a sheet, and it should, when you are scaling up, you should be amenable to scaling up, and the differences should not come too much. Okay, so this is what we try to understand. Then source of the water supply. Under this, the source should be able to meet both quantity as well as quality. Of course, quantity wise, it should meet the maximum demand of crops. So the crop, this much of water quantity is required. So whether this source could able to give that much of water. And then quality wise, of course, apart from general quality of the irrigation water quality, you already this point was covered earlier, that sprinkler water should be free from suspended impurities. Because once this water having some kind of suspended impurities, the nozzles get soaked up. Then depth of irrigation. Of course, it is calculated on the basis of available soil moisture, and then soil moisture holding capacity of the soil and of the crops. Location and nature of water supply. The source of water supply is preferably be at the center of the farm. To minimize the distance, the water must be pumped. So when the source, if you want to draw, the water might have been drawn from a well, from a channel, from some other. So you must be located at the center in a sump. From there you are pumping, so that the distances are reduced and the the power required is minimized. See, the source of water supply is preferably be at the center of the farm. To minimize the distance, the water must be pumped. The nature of supply may be a well or surface water carrying pipe or channel. Then orientation of the laterals. Pipes run perpendicular to the main pipes. Normally, the main pipe is in a line in the direction of the steepest slope. So, if you find a field and it is when the slope is running, you are aligning that main pipeline in that slope. Perpendicular to the main pipeline, you will have the laterals. This is how already this is shown in that main figure earlier. So the design of sprinkler irrigation system. Sprinkler irrigation, sprinkler selection and spacing. How much spacing is required. You can see this is the formula. Basically, this entire sprinkler design, system design, based on the actual selection is based on largely upon design information furnished by the manufacturers. This is also just like in a case of pump design in a tube well. Normally, manufacturers, if you tell the yield, then manufacturers will give you to the curves, standard curves they will design. So like that, if you say the requirement, then they will design. Manufacturers have the design information furnished by the manufacturers. The choice depends upon mainly on the diameter of the coverage required, pressure available, and sprinkler discharge. They are interrelated. How much is each sprinkler discharge, how much it will cover, diameter, and also total water discharge. So all these things. Of course, the required discharge of any individual sprinkler is a function of water application rate and two-way spacing of sprinklers. So this is how it is understood. Everything is interrelated. It may be, first of all, let us look at these formulae, various formula that are giving discharges and then spacing relation. See, for example, this is a formula. Q is equal to S1 into SM into this I divided by 360, in which, of course, here a small q should be there. Required discharge of individual sprinkler liters per second. Spacing of sprinkler along the lateral. This is the spacing of the sprinkler along the lateral. So you get the spacing of the sprinkler along the lateral if you have each individual discharge, and of course optimum application rate in centimeters per hour. That will be decided by the crop. Okay. So height of the sprinkler riser pipes is kept above the crop level naturally. Okay. So to avoid excessive turbulence in the riser pipes, the minimum height of the riser is 30 centimeters when the riser pipe is around 2.5 centimeters diameter, and 15 centimeters is its height when it is of 1.8 to 2 centimeters diameter. So as per the diameter, in order to avoid the turbulence, the height of the riser has been decided. So capacity of the sprinkler system as a whole, this Q, capital Q, the earlier were capital Q, earlier it is small q. So this is how it is calculated. So A into D and some constant whole divided by F into H into E. That means Q, of course, is the discharge, so many liters per second. A is area to be irrigated in hectares, net depth of water application, number of days allowed for completion of irrigation. There is some small mistake here. And then H, number of actual operating hours per day, water application efficiency in percent. This is a, you will get that discharge. So it is related to all these factors. It can be observed from the above equation that the greater the product of F and H. What is F? Number of days allowed for completion of irrigation. H, number of actual operating hours per day. So it can be observed that the above equation that the greater the product of F and H is the smaller. It is easy for the system. That means suppose if you want to increasing this F and H, okay, then Q will be automatically smaller. Okay, so that is the thing. So greater the product of F and H, smaller is the system. Q is inversely proportional product of F and H. So that way you can play between these two parameters and see that it is reduced. So in the next slide, design of sprinkler irrigation system. Of course, these are formula earlier, you know. Discharge of a sprinkler nozzle. This is the formula. Similarly, water spread area. This is a nozzle discharge. Each nozzle discharge. Every nozzle, every sprinkler you have 2 or 3 nozzles sometimes. So this is the formula. This is self-explanatory. I need not explain here. Water spread area. This is D into H. D is the diameter of the nozzle, and H is the pressure head. So these are the two formulas. I think Maximum coverage is attained when the jet emerges from sprinkler at an angle of 30 degrees and above.